Can you believe we are at our last session of our series Made for a Mission? You've discovered what God's heart is for your environment, who God made you to be, and you have written your own personal life mission. Now, from this life mission, you will write down your city changes goal. Just think of the impact we can make together. How many lives can be touched? How many environments can be changed if each of us enlist in God's army? You have discovered that God has called you, and more than that, He believes in you. Your passion and your talents have been written into your heart by Him so that you can live out your unique role during this time on earth. It reminds me of the words of Mordecai to Esther, where God had woven her life into his story. Esther 4 verse 14, we read where Mordecai says this, "For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place, but you and your father's family will perish. And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this." Mordecai tells Esther that she cannot remain silent. She cannot be passive. The Lord chose her and wanted to use her to help the people of Israel. Stop and think about the following words. "And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this." The Lord wants to use you in His story, and you have been chosen by Him, appointed for a time like this. Let's now write our City Changers goal together and determine where you and I fit into God's storyline. Let me remind you of your 4 main themes of gifts that you can consider. Firstly, it's about helping people grow. For example, you can facilitate a course and help people grow in their specific area. For instance, we can help new believers grow through a discipleship process, or we can use our life experience to help young people grow by offering a parenting course. Or you have business experience that can help others apply kingdom principles through a course like a business by the book. When it comes to the growth of people, you can also just take on a mentorship role and guide people one-on-one through a process. The second category is care. We can also take on a caregiving role where we help people one-on-one through difficult times in their lives. This is also where counseling and hospital ministry can come into play. Thirdly, we can also take on a support role where we use our talents like music or administrative skills to make a difference. The last category is leadership and organization, where we can get involved in organizing projects and ministries within the church and the community. One can also be innovative and start new projects in the city to address the brokenness of the city. Your next question should be then, how do I now use all this information to write my City Changers goal? Well, everything always starts with a why. The why will keep you firm in standing and pushing through during difficult times. The why lies in the passion that the Lord has stirred in your heart. Then we move on to the how. How will you turn your passion into action to achieve what your why is? We start by writing a simple sentence in these 3 steps. The why is determined by 2 concepts. I want to do something and to do something. Step 1, start with I want. Firstly, where do you want to get involved? What cause do you want to be involved in? For example, media, sport, government, education, arts, job creation. It's either a where or a who. The where will sound like I want to get involved with the Life Center, or I want to help businesses. The who will sound like I want to help people trapped in poverty. I want to help new believers. Now, step 2 is defining the effect of your involvement, answering the question 2. Meaning the 2 is determined what you want to achieve or what your outcome should be. It will sound like I want to help young people who are getting married. 2, meaning what do you want to achieve? To understand the building blocks of marriage so they can have a happy marriage. Now, step 3 will determine how you will achieve your goal. The how is defined by the word through. In other words, what strategy will you follow to achieve your goal? How do you want to do it? For instance, your sentence will sound like, I want to help who? To help married couples. 2, what do you want to achieve? To help them have happy marriages through how you will do it, facilitating a marriage process at home. I want to ask you, pray over your City Changers goal and write down your life goal. Rick Warren says the following: it doesn't take great ability, it takes great availability for God to make an impact with your life. Now is the time to take action. The next 2 questions that you need to answer are, when will you start? What will be your first action step? How about you write down a date when you want to take action? Break down this goal into small action steps and take that first step. Remember, you are called for a time like this. God has placed you on earth now. It's not by chance that you work where you work. It's not a coincidence that you live where you live. You are here not by accident. I want to challenge you to discuss your City Changers goal in your group. Where do you want to get involved with? And what will be your first next step to make this a reality? Thank you for joining us on this journey. Just think of what the impact can and would be if each of us lives out our City Changers goals, and be blessed.